Hello everyone, I'm Jensen Denoyes here for a new and exciting episode of Hero New. Right now, we're at Attleboro High School in Attleboro, Massachusetts.
My name is Simony Antunes. Hero on You is an educational program that connects the stories of superhero comic books to the stories of our everyday people. And it shows you how you can find the hero
in you. Today's topic is on sense of purpose. John F. Kennedy has a quote that says, "Courage and efforts is not enough without purpose and direction." And to have a better understanding of sense of purpose is that motivation that you need in a daily life so you can reach your goal, your accomplishments, know exactly what is your value. In order for us to have a sense of purpose, it requires some form of leadership. And today we have guests to share their thoughts and opinions on sense of purpose. Our first guest is Digit Murphy.
Digit Murphy, she is an incredible woman.
Oh, yeah.
She has helped her team from Rhode Island to China achieve their sense of purpose.
Let's play the clip.
So this is our first year doing the UWLX, and United Women's Lacrosse League was started to create opportunities for women in professional sports. And one of the things that we feel is really important is to not do sports like men's sports when they're women's sports, okay? We want to inspire young girls through their leaders and role models in their teams. And here's the other thing about the United Women's Lacrosse League that we want to get across to people, is that once women leave the NCAA, they become irrelevant unless they go on to play Olympic teams. So we want to keep women athletes relevant as long as possible. We want them to continue to grow their skills. We want to hopefully help lacrosse, which isn't even an Olympic sport yet, get there. This is about creating opportunities, growing heroes, and making it happen. When I was, so I'm a Title IX baby. I was really fortunate to have Title IX in my life. I was born in 1961. I started playing sports in 1972 when Title IX was enacted. I had the opportunity to play ice hockey at Cornell University, 1979 to 83. So without sports, I probably wouldn't have had an education. But after those years, I was done. There was no professional hockey, there was no Olympic hockey. So I want to give these people, these girls, these women, opportunities that I didn't have. That's what inspires me. My purpose in life, I've been thinking about this because I coached in the NCAA for 23 years at Brown. I've been in the professional sports realm in hockey for 3 years. We started doing this, but my sense of purpose really is to be kind of the Digit Appleseed of women's sports, is to really challenge the establishment to think differently about women and plant those seeds in people's minds and have them really look at women's sports differently. And if you look at the model that we've created, we've kind of turned the pro model on its head. And by that I mean, you look at men's sports, they get paid to play, and then they have to go to do like go to hospitals and visit people, or do like speeches like as part of their contract. Now if you look at women's professional athletes, we want them to be out in the community, be brand ambassadors, build relationships with the community, and hopefully someday get paid for that, and then the ancillary benefit is to actually play the pro game. So we're trying to change the model. We're going to do some different things as we grow it from a business perspective by offering players equity, making them part of the league. We really want to make it more collaborative. Don't ask me how I know this. It's inside me deep. It's in my heart. It's in my soul. That's what I do. Every day I wake up, I spring out of bed at literally this morning, it was like 3:30 I get up. I think it was because it was game day, right? But I get up and it drives me. Like I get up going, what am I going to do today? I'm a doer, and I love to do. Even when I was in school, I didn't really like school. Like I got through school because I knew you had to, but I like to do. I'm a hands-on kind of leader. I like being in meetings. I like coaching. I like doing. So I think what doing this kind of thing does is it gives me a sense of purpose to get out of bed every morning and just, hey, I'm 55. I got 25 good years left to terrorize the planet. That's the way I look at it, and in a good way. Sense of purpose is individual, right? It could be you want to do yoga. It could be that, you want to be a doctor. It could be that, you want to be a truck driver. It doesn't have to be this pie in the sky dream. It's what is individual. It's what you want to do. And that's the kind of advice I want to give people. It's okay to be you. You don't have to go be someone else. Like, no one can be Digit Murphy, just like no one can be you. And you have to be comfortable in your own skin to be yourself so that your sense of purpose is individual and Honestly, what we need to do is if everyone's happy, the planet's going to be happier. And the planet sometimes right now is in a little bit of a tailspin. And I think we need to get people back on that sense of purpose so that the planet can have a sense of purpose and we can just grow really great experiences in life.
That was an amazing
That was
interview.
amazing.
Digit
That was
Murphy,
great.
I mean, that
Very
was really
inspiring.
inspiring. I mean, awesome work with the United Women's Lacrosse League.
Yeah.
And be on the lookout, everyone. The league is growing and expanding, doing really well.
Yes, it is. Congratulations.
Parents of athletes understand the importance of supporting their child during the sporting events. As humans, we are not meant to be in solitude. However, we are meant to be connected. And sometimes, the most important person in your life is the most inspirational person in your life. Simony, I'm curious, who is the most inspirational person in your life?
The most inspirational person in my life is my mother.
Oh, nice.
She has been there for me through thick and thin. She's always been there for me, and I just can't live without her.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Hero and You did an interview with the Lacrosse League's parents, and they share why sense of purpose is very important for them as they are raising their child. Let's play the interviews.
Well, it's important not only on the field to have a sense of purpose in life, a purpose to succeed. It's important to have drive. Purpose is important for anything you do, whether it's on the lacrosse field competing, whether it's at your job, with your family, which is most important. The purpose to succeed, excel, very important. Athletics is a very good demonstration of that because it brings people together to compete, in this case as a team, for one common goal. And that's the stuff that carries through life. That's why sports is such a good analogy for life. And it's great for these young girls that they have here at the game today to see these older girls, even after college, wanting to play as they're still in the workforce and to have a sense of purpose.
I think it gives girls in particular a focus where they are they're challenging themselves to be what they want to be, and lacrosse is an outlet for them to do that. I think any sport is, but for my daughter it's lacrosse, and it gives them a challenge for themselves to be the best they can be in what they love to do.
Purpose is everything from playing an instrument to succeeding at playing an instrument to playing a sport. It's good to get involved in sports. It's just as good to be involved in the kick line or in the band. It's really what they want to do, and having a purpose to succeed or a purpose to be involved is very important. And that's also, it's a learned behavior, and maybe the parents, starting out will teach their children to be involved, to have purpose to start and complete whatever you've started.
It promotes them as an individual. And I think women in sports have come a long way, and I think that they're going to come even further with the young ladies who are coming up in all these programs, and this kind of drives them to be, where they feel that they should be.
That was great. Thank you very much. It's always good to know that there are parents out there supporting their children. Also, I have a quote here from ELEANOR Roosevelt. "The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience, to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience." Let's hear what our athletes have to say.
I definitely think sense of purpose is definitely super important as an athlete because, you want to get out there, you want to put your mark on the field, you want to make impressions with your teammates, make, lifelong friendships. And what's good about lacrosse is that it's like an ongoing, lifelong friendships. You keep meeting people, you keep spreading your knowledge. I mean, the little girls, you saw them out here, they're out here dying to meet a bunch of us with autographs and things like that. So, just getting yourself out there, making friendships, making connections to ultimately, keep you going in life.
Playing the sport, getting out there, getting a stick in your hands, connecting with teammates, growing friendships. I think that's also a huge part of it is, you get to connect with these girls, you grow lifelong friendships, and I think that's huge. So I would just encourage all girls to pick up a stick, play, have fun out there, because you'll have a blast. So, keep growing the game and keep loving the game out there.
Especially as a female athlete, just empowering other females to come out and play, and the pro league really makes it more physical game, more like the men's game. I think that's something that we've strived for because they make us play a whole different game because we're women, and it's just one step closer to empowering women to do exactly the same thing that they're doing.
It definitely makes you more, lacrosse gives you a lot of life skills where, perseverance, resilience. It teaches you things to, a lot of adversity when keep going when times get tough. You saw in this game it got really close, but both teams kept, battling till the end. So, lacrosse teaches you plenty of life lessons, and the sense of purpose, just kind of goes along with it.
Yeah, I guess the easiest answer is to win, really. The purpose for me is for us as a team to win. But personally, is to try something that wows the crowd. So the game over here, they have amazing catches that I myself would love to do.
Sport achievement requires a lot of mental preparation. Some of the greatest athletes weren't born overnight to be great athletes. It required for them to be mentally prepared. Studies say that students who are also mentally prepared are successfully well academically. And I'm not talking about students who do their last minute assignments by Googling. I'm talking about students who use their resources wisely. Hero New interviewed Megan Murphy, a BU student who talks about the importance of preparing for exams and understand the importance of sense of purpose. Let's play her interview.
Originally, when I was going to school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was going for finance. I'm now a poli-sci major, trying to figure it out. You realize that through, good and bad, you're going to find your own way. You're going to find your own purpose. Now I'm here, working with women in sports and things that I grew up with and things that were important to me. And, you find your purpose, and it's honestly, you have to find what you really like to do. And I think that's a huge part of it. And in college, you have so many opportunities to try new things, and you're in a part in your life where, yeah, you might have a part-time job, but you have a lot of free time. You can explore, what you want to do, and ideally find, what you ultimately want your sense of purpose to be. I think it definitely keeps you on track. It definitely helps you see the bigger picture. You can definitely go to class every day and, do the homework and take the tests and get the good grades, but it doesn't really mean anything if you're just going and doing it, If you're able to find the bigger picture and what you ultimately want to do, that's what it's about, Yes, it's great to get good grades, and yes, it's great to go to classes and everything, but ultimately you want to be doing it for a reason. You want to be enjoying yourself, and I think that's what it's about, and finding different things that are meaningful to you. It definitely takes time, and it's not something that just jumps out. I took a gap year, I took an extra year of high school. I'm not on the traditional path by any means. There's nothing wrong with that, and everyone has their own way. So if someone tells you this is the way to do it, that's not necessarily true. You'll find your own way. So when things happen that you aren't expecting to, don't be afraid. That's gonna happen throughout your entire life. So just be ready to take the next step to move in the direction you want to. And, ultimately everything's gonna work out. It's working out for me, so hopefully, everyone else is on the same page.
Speaking of goals, it's election season in Brockton, and running mayoral candidate Jimmy Pereira feels that his sense of purpose is to connect with the residents of Brockton.
Speaking of race, do you want to race, Simony?
Sure, let's
All
go.
right, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Hey guys, it's Elsa, and I'm here today with the one and only Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, Jimmy is actually running for mayor of our hometown, Brockton. So, how do you feel about that?
I feel excited, a lot of energy, and
Yeah.
I'm ready to do it.
Yeah. So, let's talk a little bit about your background.
Yes.
So, where are you from?
I'm originally from Brockton, Massachusetts, born and raised. Technically, I was born at the Goddard Hospital in Stoughton, which is right across the line. But soon upon my release, I was on my way to Brockton with my mom and dad.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
yes.
So, I heard you said that you used to play football.
Yes.
So, how does that apply to what you're actually going for now?
So I played football at Putnam Vocational Technical High School in Springfield, Massachusetts. We went back-to-back state championship. We won the state championship there, and it really solidifies the team mentality that I have, working with people, but also the drive and the diligence. Really, for me, playing football, it opened my eyes how to play with people, play with the team, but also how to be a force to be reckoned with.
Okay.
Whether it be in the gym, working on your weights, working on your figure out on the field, even out off of the field with your teammates, and making sure that you have each other's back and support, and focus on what is the goal, and that maybe a ring, a championship ring, or just increasing your stats.
Awesome.
But for me, that's what it's about, really.
So this was all in high school, correct?
Yes.
Were you
In college, yes.
In college, were you a good kid or like a bad kid?
I wouldn't say that I was the best. I mean, I've always been bright. All my teachers have said that I've been great in school, but I was an average youth growing up in Brockton. I actually went to the school prison pipeline. I went from one school to the next until I landed into the alternative school, and from there it just got worse. I ended up in the Department of Youth Services, committed to the state till the age of 18. I went through it, but it changed my life. Because I was able to continue to be a team player. With my support system, I was able to get the mentorship and the guidance that I needed, and the perseverance to keep going on. And if it wasn't for that, I'd be lost. So.
Well, there you go. So you obviously are running for mayor.
Yes.
And you've seen all the stuff that you've been through growing up in Brockton.
Right.
What are the things that you want to change for Brockton?
A lot.
A lot. I know there's a lot.
There's a lot. We'll go over it. And for me, it's about engagement, getting out there and being with the people where they are, not waiting for them to come to you. Being transparent, communicative, make sure that you're engaging people and speaking to people, and make sure that you're accessible and they can get to you whenever possible. What I want to change is the environment. I want to make sure that people are working with each other, are networking with each other, building across culture lines as well, and understanding each other as well, educating each other on our different backgrounds and cultures, and making sure that we are engaging people on all different levels, whether you're a youth in the city, you're elderly in the city, if you're an immigrant coming for vacation or here to stay, we want to make sure that we interact and engage you as well. So.
Definitely. And what's your nationality?
I am Cape Verde. I'm of Cape Verde.
Cape Verde?
Yes.
Cabo Verde.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you speak and everything.
Yes.
So you're definitely about your community, about.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm all about diversity, about cultural competency. During college, I not only focused on my major of geography, regional planning, but I also minored in ethnic and gender studies because I wanted to basically marry the two. Look at how we construct our built environment and work with what we have, but also look at the social structure as well and make sure that we are competent with our community.
Oh, wow. And you're also very young. How old are you?
I am 25.
Wow.
Until September 21st, I'll be 26.
I'm 22 years old and I'm not even running for mayor. That's crazy.
Actually, Alex Morse of Holyoke, Massachusetts ran when he was 22, so
wow.
It's been done before. Why
Yeah,
not
well,
here in
good
Brockton?
for you. 25, doing your thing, and you got your own house. You said.
Yes.
You got beautiful. I saw the beautiful kids you got, and you got a beautiful wife. Well, you know what? Everybody's so proud of you. You're doing such a good job, and we wish you the best. But the number one question I have for you: what is your sense of purpose?
Yes, great question. And for me is servitude. It's helping people.
Okay.
Growing up through life, I've helped as many people as possible. I started off with my mom. When she was sick growing up, I would always bring her coffee or I'd make soup for her. And I was about 5 years old doing this. And I recollect every bit of it. I drag this heavy, we call it in Creole, manta. It's like a heavy blanket.
Yeah.
I drag it from my room to her. Because it was kind of my blanket and whatnot, but it was very heavy. So I'd bring it to her. And give it to her in her bed, and she would be happy that I'm helping her. And even after that, this is a story I'll share with you. Downtown Crossing, there was a homeless person having a seizure, and it wasn't even just my action, but the surrounding community, the environment, the people that were there rushed to help the person, and I seen that. And it just solidified, it galvanized the fact that we are a village and we need to help each other at every opportunity that we have. And that was even galvanized throughout my education as a public servant, as a community transportation planner. I wanted to make sure that I give back to the community because I'd walk through Brockton seeing the lack of engagement, the lack of community effort, and I wanted to make sure that we make that change. So that was my self-purpose.
Wow,
make sure that
man.
Take action.
You're a great person. I hope people get to meet this guy. He's a good guy. Well, anyway, thank you so much for being in our show and here on You. And you were talking about some charity earlier that you can tell the people that.
Okay, well, as a public employee, basically what you mean is support, financial support. As a public employee, I'm not supposed to solicit for donations, things of the sort, which I will not do. What I would encourage people to do is make sure they visit the website, look at the different tabs that we have there, and make sure that you take action and show support any way that you can. There's volunteer opportunities, and I'm always accessible. The phone number is right there. You can check me out on www.jimmyforbrockton.com.
Okay.
Also on Facebook, Pereira for Mayor. That's Pereira for Mayor. player. Also on Twitter, Jimmy for Brockton, and Instagram as well, Jimmy for Brockton.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jimmy. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure meeting you, and I
you for
wish you very good luck.
That was fun though.
Yeah, it was.
Wow,
It
what a
was.
match.
Okay, all right. So let me know.
Well, you just watched our episode with our interview with Gidget Murphy, as well as her daughter, Megan Murphy, and the team players, as well as their parents.
Awesome work, Bob and Jen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we concluded with Jimmy Pereira, and we hope that you like the show.
Overall, we learned the importance of sense of purpose. The final example of this television program was to present to you is coming from comic book issue number 1 of Champions, written by Mark Waid. To get a better understanding of the synopsis of the story, we connected to JFK's quote, "Courage and effort is not enough without purpose and direction." In the story, Miss Marvel originally started out with the Avengers, and one day they were fighting with the Wrecking Crew, and the Wrecking Crew was doing a lot of damage. However, the Avengers were more focusing on taking down the bad guys, but they weren't focusing on the buildings that were being destroyed. Miss Marvel's like, wait a minute, guys, are we gonna help the others in the small businesses that were destroyed? And the Avengers were like, that is not our responsibility. When Miss Marvel found out that the Avengers weren't focusing on building trust with the other people in the public, Miss Marvel automatically quit the team and she left with no hesitation. But days later, Miss Marvel fell down in blue at her parents' house because her high expectations for the Avengers weren't met. So she decided to get in contact with her friends, Miles Morales, aka Spider-Man, and Nova. And she explained to them that she doesn't want to be an Avenger anymore. She wants to do something big. She wants to form her own team. And she wants to develop trust. So what did Miss Marvel do? She decided to expand the team by reaching out to her friend, Totally Awesome Hulk, who has the strength, and also Viv, daughter of Vision, who has the intelligence. So they decided to form a team and work together. But on their first mission, they got a call saying that there's a villain who dressed like a clown who kidnapped a group of girls and stuck them in a cargo. So the team decided to come and rescue the girls. But unfortunately, while they were rescuing the girls, the clown decided to sink the cargo in the water. So the team used their strength, their courage, and their will to save the girls. But while they were saving the girls, there was one girl who died during the process. The team was angry, furious, and devastated. Totally Awesome Hulk was so angry with the clown that he decided to attack the clown. The crowd was surprised, but they were cheering for the Hulk, hitting him really hard. But Miss Marvel intervened, and she was like, no, Totally Awesome Hulk. This is not how we work. We are bigger and better than that. Our predecessors may have been like this, but not us. When we fight, we're gonna fight with force, but not with injustice. We wanna develop trust. We wanna develop hope for everyone. We want people to believe in us again. So Miss Marvel decided to form a group. Her purpose was to be a hero, not just only fighting the villains, but also developing trust, let the public believe in her. And her direction was by forming a team called the Champions. But if Miss Marvel allowed herself to feel down and blue during her disappointment, she would have not been able to find her purpose and form the team. Instead, Miss Marvel was able to find and discover the champions by understanding the importance of sense of purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very critical to have a sense of purpose. In our interviews, Gidget Murphy has shown her sense of purpose. Jimmy, running for mayor, is running for mayor because he found his sense of purpose. Megan Murphy, who's a college student, her sense of purpose is graduating. And also the athletes, their sense of purpose are winning. What is your sense of purpose? What is your value? What motivates you to achieve your goal? And once you do, you will find the hero in you. If you want to share how you found your sense of purpose, please follow us at Twitter at FindTheHero, or follow us at our website, www.findthehero.com, or check out our Instagram at TheHeroInYou. And also check out our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/TheHeroInYou. Hey, you want that rematch?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do this.